What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for viewing my videos. So here I have the Leica Q2. I made the decision to purchase a Leica, not Leica, a Leica, and I've only had it for a few days. So all I can really talk about is the build quality and, of course, the expensive price tag. Now, brand new, a Leica Q2 is going to run you about $5,700. I was able to find one used for $4,700. Now I had to sell some gear in order to make this purchase. So, what do you get for such a high price tag? Well, you get an unbelievable work of art. We've all heard about the craftsmanship when it comes to Leica cameras. You even get a leather strap. So you don't even have to buy one. It has this nice fabric, so it prevents your camera, well, in this case, the strap, from sliding when it's on your shoulder or your neck, which is really cool. It has the Leica branding. And the body. The body is magnesium. It is built like they took a solid piece of steel and made a camera. You have a 28 millimeter 1.7 f1.7 aperture lens on it. It is let me see, it's a they have so many different brands, but it's a Sumilux, excuse me. An extremely beautiful lens. It renders beautifully. The photos come out really sharp. I'll throw in a few photos that I took. I haven't really done anything like landscapes or anything like that. Menu is really simplistic, very reminiscent of a mobile phone. So you can touch to change things. So it's really cool. And if you press twice on the menu, you get all of your favorites. And then if you press again, you can scroll through all of the available menu options. You have a cool button up here where you can use for ISO. And I have ISO right now on automatic. But if you press down, you have the option to scroll for ISO. And during playback, let's take a photo of this snowman right here. Actually, let me put it on macro mode. Whoops. So here's a snowman. Took a photo. So now if I want to go to my playback, I can hit this top button and zoom in, and then zoom out with the dial or with the directional pad. Now, I didn't buy this picture to take photos of snowmen. I bought this camera because it has a 47 megapixel sensor. It has an unbelievable lens. It is the only lens that I can use because it is attached to the body permanently. And then, as I stated, you get this unbelievable build quality, and you have yourself a Leica camera that is capable of doing professional work or just walking around casually in the street and taking photos. Let me show you one more thing. And I know you guys have, if you're interested in Leica, I know you already know all this. So let me take it off macro mode. And of course you have the option down here if you want to do manual, because you can do zone focusing, which is really challenging and fun to do. So let's say I don't want to be strictly tied to a 28 millimeter focal length. I can tap this button. I have 35, 50, and 75. Now all it's doing is basically zooming or cropping in. But because you have a 47 megapixel sensor, you still have a lot of sharpness and a lot of detail to play with. So yeah, I'm selling my Fuji GFX system, and I decided that I need something light, small, and extremely capable of taking beautiful photos whenever I need it. I found that I wasn't really using the GFX anymore because of its size. Even with the 35 to 70, the supposed kit lens that people were calling it, it's still a big lens when you compare it to other lenses in its focal range. So I decided, it took me a while to decide, but once I saw that I was able to get a GQ, a Q2 for the price I was going to get it, I decided to take the plunge. And it's only been a few days, but the lens, the build quality, the attention to detail in the menus, all of that is true. All the hoopla that you get or you hear from people who purchase a Leica camera, it is true. The Leica colors, they just seem different. And it has a certain punchiness to it. The colors and black and white, especially black and white at high contrast. Now I will miss the Fuji colors when it comes to JPEGs, but they came out with a new update, Leica that is, and they actually fixed certain issues that people were having with the Leica Q2. Luckily, I didn't have enough time to deal with those issues, like overblown highlights and stuff like that. But the profile that I came up with in the Q2, because you can mess around somewhat with the colors, like they have, I believe, standard, vivid, natural, and then 2 monochrome selections. That is strictly for JPEG. And so I messed around with one color, I believe it was monochrome, high contrast. Messed around with that, and then I messed around with vivid, changed the color scheme to that, and I'm very pleased with the JPEGs. I had posted a few JPEGs. I will post them on this video. And in combination with the Leica app on my iPhone, which, even though Fuji has come a long way with their app, the ability to download the entire file on your phone or tablet, I'm assuming, is really good. Whereas with Fuji, you only get a JPEG and you get 2 options. So I like the way Leica is handling their mobile app. So I was able to download the full JPEG file and upload it to my social media. And I'm really satisfied, especially with the monochrome, straight out of camera. So anyway, I will, from now on, talk about Leica cameras, specifically, well, the only Leica camera I have, the Leica Q2. I will be selling my Fuji, and it took a while to come to that conclusion. But I'm really growing on this. This camera is really growing on me. It's small, as you can see, really tiny when compared to my Fuji GFX. It's comically tiny. And even though the Fuji GFX has a 50 megapixel sensor and the Q2 has a 47 megapixel sensor, some people might say, well, it's only 3 megapixels. Well, no, the sensor on the Fuji GFX is enormous. And so you get more light. You get a different look. So I'm going to miss that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. As always, I appreciate you guys listening, or in this case, watching my videos. If you have any questions regarding the Q2, let me know in the comment section. Until next time, talk to you later.